The Shadow Board programme is 3 core modules with 3 shadow boards that are interspersed between the modules. So the way that the Shadow Board works in itself is that at the end of the module we'll get the next draft agenda that will go to Trust Board, and we'll identify 5 key papers that might be going there that may be a bit juicy, debate, that kind of thing.
It's one of the things we try and do on the Shadow Board programme is to prepare people for what it's like to be on the board, what it's like to move from a functional expert to be a corporate director. One of the fantastic things to see is the journey that people go on from that very first board meeting where they feel sort of quite nervous and unsure of what they're doing, what it's like to be on a board meeting, and that they grow in confidence, often with the support of a non-executive director that's sort of been supporting them in that process.
We schedule the shadow boards usually the day before the Trust Board so that we can start to get that feedback loop from discussions and debate that happens at Shadow Board through into the Trust Board.
And this is really important for people to sort of understand the responsibility that they have when they're running an organisation, that they've got a good understanding of issues like strategic finance, board assurance frameworks and the risks that the organisation is carrying.
So I took it to the Trust Board. We talked through the benefits of the Shadow Board, how it can support the talent pipeline and the steps we need to take to support our future leaders.
I think one of the real attractions of the Shadow Board programme is it gives people who are not quite at board level and not quite sure what it means to be at board level an opportunity to experience a board type situation, but in a safe way, so that they can ask those questions, practice challenging each other and just get a feel as near as possible to what it would be like to be in a real board situation.
I think my first thoughts and expectation was, first, sounds like a great programme, great development for the team, really sort of be able to look at who was going to be the next executive board members of the Trust.
It's been really great to have those different areas of expertise in the room actually, and really learning from colleagues and peers, so understanding how I would take responsibility for things that I might not be the expert in, but still owning that as a member of the board.
So I've gained quite a lot, I think, from participating in the Shadow Board. Not only is it allowed me to work with other senior leaders more closely around the organisation, which I think has been beneficial, but also it's given me a much better understanding of the responsibilities and roles of the board and the execs and non-execs.
The advice I'd give to future participants is, first of all, do it. Secondly, do take the time, though, to seek out the execs who are responsible for the various papers, because that's how you'll get the understanding and you'll be able to bring that to the board.
It's quite a safe space, so actually you can have a go and no one's probably going to laugh at you or be too negative on that, so why not take the opportunity in that safe space rather than perhaps the first time you went to a real board.
Simply do it. I think it's a fabulous programme. It's a programme for people who are aspiring to be executives, but at the same time there are people on the programme who perhaps aren't aspiring to be executives but just building exposure on the Trust Board.
If you just want to understand how you function better as a senior leader across the organisation, provide the right assurance for your execs and your non-execs, then I think it's an absolutely essential programme to participate in.